Hey everyone, welcome to Kernels, where we discuss short films. I am trying to get myself situated, so I'm sorry. Today's short film is Blaze from 2024, written and directed by Andrew Batchelor, or King Batch. If you're a Vine and Instagram and social media aficionado like myself, uh, brand new short came out. We're recording this May 12th, 2024. Came out last week, if
June
not,
12th.
there we go. Oh, June 12th, sorry. Yeah, May 12th, June 12th. I don't see. I'm trying to get myself situated. So it came out June 12th, 2024. We're recording this. I believe it released, when did I text you? Like Saturday or something?
Yeah, it was like a couple days ago, right?
Yeah. So it just recently came out. So I'll say maybe the 7th, or yeah, maybe the 7th of June is when King Batch released this short. But we watched it, so we're going to get into it.
I more like when we were texting about this, and you're like, "Oh, it's like super short. It's 5 minutes and everything. It's like 5 or 6 minutes." But I'm like, the production that they put into this 5 or 6 minutes, I'm
Dude,
very impressed.
like when it starts, spoiler warning, sorry. Uh, I thought he had teleportation superpowers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was super speed until later because they had like that little effect, that purple effect, and I was like, is he teleporting to these places? And then you realize like, oh no, he's just super fast. So
Yeah,
that was kind of cool. But yeah, definitely put a lot of production into this.
yeah. Like the color grading on this film. Like, granted,
Hmm.
like we talk about, like there's a lot of things you can do with like editing and all that stuff. So like a lot of the editing software that's out there, like you can do a lot of color grading and make it look nice and post production and stuff. But it's just like, yeah, there's a lot going on in this. There's some special effects. Like I think the one thing that like was not good special effects was that like transition to like the first person view of the
Oh, that was
shooter and everything.
terrible.
That was
Yeah,
horrible. But
it
then
looked
they
cool. Like it was a cool idea. It just wasn't executed very well. Like it looked
I don't know.
like
I
somebody took
I
a
I was like,
camcorder.
that's comparable to like what the first person views in like Doom and everything. but then, but
Just
then
8-bit.
the explosion shot like of him
It was
like.
good.
But yeah, I was like, that looks
Yeah.
amazing. Like it's all like you can tell he's kind of like it's almost like in the Flash where like he's in the Speed Force and stuff. Like
Yeah.
he's like just there and all that stuff. So I was
And
like,
he's
man, that's
basically
a
the
huge
Black
contrast.
Flash. Like when I was
Basically,
making the thumbnail, like we use AI to create the thumbnails for our kernels, and I was trying to figure out a description to use for this since it's kind of niche. Like it's sometimes difficult to figure out a description for the shorts that we watch. So I try to pull something on my ass and create it. And so when I did this, I gave a decent enough description, and then it kept pumping out like a black version of the Flash, like a black dude in a black suit with a yellow thunderbolt. I was like, this looks cool as hell, but that doesn't match what this kernel is. So then I had to add in, oh, he's wearing a purple shirt in a restaurant.
yeah, right.
And then it
He's on
pumped
a
out what I
date.
wanted. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I pumped. Like, that's what I inputted.
I wanted to ask you, is it like that's how he opens up the date? Like, if you had one superpower, what would you choose?
Yeah,
I go with the generic one of like, I want to fly. That'd be amazing. But what would you choose?
that's a good question. I think telekinesis.
Like being able to move things around and stuff. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
and like read minds and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Basically, Jean Grey
yeah. Well, yeah.
or
That's
like
I
Professor X.
because in the short film that we're watching, like he does like normal things of like, I'm gonna go take my dog outside. I'm picking up my house and everything. Like
Yeah,
that's what normal people would do if they had powers. It's just like, let me make my life a little easier.
a little easier. Yeah, like if I could teleport, oh, or teleportation, that'd be sick.
Yeah, right.
Because I'll just be like poof, 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 live
Just
wherever I wanted. Be like, oh, I'm at work on time.
yeah, you like go to California and be
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna make like 100, but like crazy money, but then move to
Mm-hmm.
like just instantly move to somewhere else where it's like, oh, I can just live here for nothing.
Yeah, yeah. I'm chilling. I don't have to worry about traffic or anything. That question from the short kind of brought to my attention or reminded me of this video I saw on social media recently. Two comedians, Kev on stage and Tony Tony Baker, two two black comedians, and they were talking about because they're nerdy. They were talking about superheroes, and they were like, "How would you?" And they had a full. I think it's like a. I watched like a 2 minute clip. I think they have a full 40 minute clip, like dissecting and discussing how would you replace or who would you replace X-Men with to make them black, like black actors and actresses to
Mm.
develop a black cast for X-Men, and it was like the choices they made were really cool.
That'd be an interesting like. And then do you have like a pick from like all spectrums of time and everything? Like we kind of see where like those black exploitation movies, like the older
Mm-hmm.
ones, like there's some good black actors and actresses in that. So do you have like some like
Some mixtures.
give and like, oh, I want to get this dude from the 70s, but then this person from like the early 2000s and stuff.
Well, they kind of do that actually. So I guess I don't know who sparked the conversation for them, but the initial two, like the Professor X and Magneto, are Denzel and what is that man, Giancarlo Esposito.
Oh, okay.
So those are the
That makes
two,
sense.
and then they stem from there, and they have like some younger actors and actresses and some older ones. And then the funny thing was because Storm is already black, they had to flip it and make her white
Make her white.
or non-black,
Yeah.
and they have Anya Taylor-Joy as
Oh,
Storm,
okay.
and I was like, that's
Well,
kind of the perfect casting.
that lady's like just like super popular right now.
Yeah, and she's cool. She seems cool as hell too.
Yeah, right. I don't know, but back to this movie, it's like I I'm like very surprised of like how much production someone can do for something that they just upload onto YouTube and everything. And
Yeah.
this is like I think this is the second time we watched a short film from this person, right?
No, we watched Kai Cenat before.
Okay.
Yeah, which was also, it was like what, 15 minutes maybe, and that was great production for 15 minutes. But you can kind of, it's kind of crazy to see the production value you can get from a 5 minute video versus the vines and TikToks people pump out that are like 30 seconds to a minute. And you're like, you told an entire story in this short span of time, but then you can watch a full length Hollywood film that's an hour and a half, 2 hours, and be like, nothing happened in this shit.
Yeah, like
I just
you
sat
really
here and
didn't
wasted
say
all this
anything.
time. Yeah.
That is true. Where it's like I don't know, you see it in like a lot of our aspects of like entertainment right now. Like video games is like a big thing too, where it's like you have people that pump millions and millions of dollars into these like big video games, but they're like pieces of crap. And then you have like a smaller studio that puts their heart and soul into something, and it's like the greatest thing in the world and stuff. And it's like, how do you compare money? But then it's also how you like put in your passion and stuff. And I think people that make short films like the one we just watched with Blaze and stuff, it's like I am making this because I want to make it and everything. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not being told to make this. Like no one's actually going out there and telling him like, "Hey, make this because we think it's a good idea." He is or this director is the one that's like, "I want to make it" and stuff. And so it's like
Yeah.
that's where that passion and kind of like drive to make a good short film comes from.
Or I think just a good film, television show, video game. Like, you can see the passion in, hey, this is something that has been on my heart or in my mind. I want to see it come to fruition. So I'm going to put all of my thoughts and ideas into this to make it as great as I can possibly make it
Mm-hmm.
versus going through the Hollywood machine of, hey, we have a budget of this. Let's reboot something. Let's see how it turns
Yeah,
out.
right. That movie worked like 30 years ago. Let's just do it again. Huh?
Yeah,
People forgot.
exactly. Let's just tweak it a little bit. Let's just kind of bring it up to the times, but it's still the same Roadhouse or insert whatever reboot you want to insert.
Basically, yeah. And
Yeah,
so make it more modern, but then it's like, all right, well, it's the same thing. The first one was good. The first
the first one
Roadhouse
was
or
amazing.
whatever.
Yeah, or the first whatever it was. This new one is like, what the heck?
I'm glad I watched this, and I'm glad that we do kind of like do this series of like highlighting kind of like smaller films and everything, and smaller creators, and we always talk about it's like it'd be nice to see more of this, and I think
Yeah,
now I think my YouTube kind of like shows like examples of like, oh, here watch this other short film made by this director and stuff. And so I think kind of being exposed, like even Patty was looking at my YouTube and she was like, your YouTube suggestions are like all over the place. But I'm like, I like it because it's like I can see just random things, and then it
Hmm.
kind of just like you kind of go down that rabbit hole, which is not, sometimes it keeps you up at night, but then other times you get exposed to like these short films that are like, I would have never seen this if I didn't kind of take the leap.
Yeah, yeah. I'm actually really happy we did this also because for the longest, my algorithm is crazy. Also, it's mostly it's like some sports with some photography. It's kind of kooky, but once I start seeing like such and such short film, I was like, that'd be kind of cool. And then I had the short film ideas for myself. And so once we actually start doing this and we start watching more, it's kind of more of a kind of kick in the butt. Like, hey, if these people can do it and they put forth their energy and their thoughts, like you can do it too.
Yeah. Yeah, true. And that's the reason why we have this podcast too, where it's like
Yeah.
we're like, we can totally do it.
Yeah. Because you and I used to talk about
Yeah, we did it
TV
on our
shows
own
and movies
time.
all the time. Yeah. So it was like, well, why not just record it? We're going to watch it anyway. Why not
Yeah, we met up for a
record
bachelor party, and that was the first thing we talked about.
it? Not the alcohol, not the
Nothing,
baseball
yeah.
game. We're just like, did you watch this TV show yet? Did you watch this movie? For like 3 days of that.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's like we will put the link to this short film Ablaze inside of the video description, and we'll kind of like connect you to the video so you can watch it for yourself. But I really enjoyed this, and I do want to see more
Yeah.
from this creator. All right, let us
Yeah.
know if you like Blaze, if you've seen it before in the comments, if you liked it, disliked it, what you thought about it, and like and subscribe to Saturday Night Popcorn for more kernels like these.